My books are constantly falling over, as if a debuff spell has been cast on them. We are facing a true endgame boss here, the Gravity. To beat this boss, my shelf needs a legendary sword. The quest is simple. Craft a sword that looks like it has been completely driven through the books. But this time, we don't let the AI collect all XP. Today, we are pulling off a 2x combo with my human design tree skill in AI crafting. Let's press start. In the first phase of the quest, I'm summoning my support companion, the Meshy AI, to craft our sword. All I need to do is drag and drop a 2D sword icon that caught my eye and hit generate. In just a few seconds, the sword is ready to loot. The speed and accuracy honestly feel like having God mode turned on. A quick crafting tip. As you can see, the model has these battle-worn splash patterns. If you don't like this skin, Meshy AI actually gives you 4 retrees for free to tweak it without burning your credits. Personally, I love this warrior vibe. It feels like a high-tier looted item from a dungeon, so I'm keeping it. Thanks to Meshy AI, we saved hours of tedious design work. In my opinion, Meshy is like a support companion walking right beside any designer who wants to speed up their projects and boost their creativity. With the most extensive range of DCC bridges among all AI 3D tools, Meshy is the ultimate workflow companion for 3D printing users looking to bridge the gap between AI and production. If you are ready to level up your own 3D production, Meshy AI is offering new users 50% off their first month. The link is in the description. Go loot it. Now let me show you a cheat code to buff our sword before the fight. Meshy AI just rolled out their brand new auto split feature, and honestly, this is the absolute cheat code for 3D printing. Simply navigate to the print segment and hit auto split. With just one click, Meshy AI analyzes the model and splits it perfectly. Even better, it automatically positions the parts on the build plate so we can print them separately and assemble them later. But today, I don't have enough mana to cast a glue spell. So we'll go back to the assembled version, download it as an OBJ file, import it into our slicer, and scale it up to 200%. Thanks to Meshy's auto split feature, we can recolor the parts with a single click. Now get ready for some serious physical stat upgrades. Now we don't need the entire sword, we only need the grip and the tip to create the illusion that it's driven straight through the books. But what if we want to change our weapon when fighting a future boss? To keep things modular, I'm upgrading this sword with magnet sockets. I'll add a negative cylinder, slightly larger than my magnet size, right into the center of the grip. To increase the hit chance, a dual magnet upgrade is a must. So I duplicate the socket and move them 18 millimeters to the left and right, leaving exactly a 36 millimeter distance between them. Attention gamers, this number 36 is critical. Keep it in your inventory because we will need it for the endgame phase. Next, I lift both magnets 0.4 millimeters from the bottom so we can easily insert them mid-print. Remember, we don't have the mana for glue spells today, not even for magnets. Repeat the exact same process for the sword tip. If you want, you can paint the splash pattern red to give it a badass blood effect, but I'll keep the raw metal skin. And to prevent supports from lowering our sword's charisma stats, I split the grip itself and added hidden internal sockets here too. Finally, set a print pause layer to drop the magnets in, hit print, and sip a coffee potion while the printer does the grinding. The legendary sword parts are ready, but they can't stand up on their own. This is the exact moment where the AI steps back and the real human design skill tree takes over. Fire up Autodesk Fusion. We start a sketch on the front plane, draw an L shape matching our book sizes, and extrude it to 60 millimeters. Then we fillet the corners to give it a clean, premium look. The base model is complete. For our passive anti-slip skill, I'm adding a series of triangular teeth to the base, start a second sketch on the front plane, draw a triangle, cut extrude it along the entire width, and multiply it using a rectangular pattern. Now let's craft the magnet chambers. On the right plane, draw a rectangle slightly larger than our magnet size, centered with our curved edge. Cut extrude it, leaving a thin 0.8 millimeter wall on both sides so the magnets stay completely invisible from the outside. Now remember that critical number 36 in our inventory? I patterned the hidden magnet room with a spacing of exactly 36 millimeters, so it perfectly aligns with our sword. Export the STL, drop it into Bamboo Studio, set the wall loops to 4 for maximum durability, add our print pause layer, and grab coffee potion number 2. We hide the holder inside the book so the magic stays invisible. Thanks to the magnets, assembly is literally as fast as a teleportation spell. Crafting quest completed. Now let's enter the boss arena. Let's see if our legendary weapon can hold the line. Look at that. The end boss has finally been defeated, and my shelf just gained plus 50 charisma points. If you were fighting this gravity boss, which weapon would you forge for your shelf? Drop your ultimate weapon choice in the comments. See you in the next quest.